Good morning, Southern California, AM 1220 KHTS. Host Fred Arnold on the Santa Clarita Valley Chamber of Commerce Business Spotlight. I'm joined by Patti Handy. Patti, welcome back.
Fred, thank you.
A lovely Memorial Day weekend.
It was nice.
Yes.
Relaxing.
What'd you do? Anything special?
Graduation party.
Oh, that's right.
Planning for my son, 21 tomorrow.
Yeah.
He's 21 tomorrow.
21
so
years
we're
old.
planning
Blake is 21 years old.
I know. I don't know how that happened.
Yeah.
When
wonderful.
that happened.
Yeah, wonderful. I was got the opportunity to be the master of ceremonies at the Eternal Valley Memorial Day event. It was fun.
Awesome.
It was gorgeous.
Good for you.
What a honor it was to do that.
That's fantastic.
We're talking about graduations, talking about Blake, talking about your son, the inspiration behind the book, Money Rules 101, Master Your Money Before It Masters You, a guide to parents and teens. I want to talk to you about your book today on credit scoring, how important that is. Credit drives everything. In the mortgage business, it really drives. I know you're not worried about that as an 18-year-old, 19-year-old, but it drives the price you pay for your car loan, your next car you want to get, your credit card, everything.
Right. You know, as you said, it's within the mortgage business. One of the most common questions I get asked is, how do I get my score up? Mm-hmm. And there's so much bad information out there, and there's some good information out there, but there's a lot of confusion. So it's really important that they understand really what to do and what not to do with their credit and credit cards. I had a client just recently, I did a loan, and his score was just under that 720 mark, and the difference in the interest rate over time, and we couldn't get it up. It was a bummer. I mean, we got the loan done. But
well, let's talk real numbers. I mean, an eighth of a percent could mean $20 to $30 a month for 30 years.
Over the course of time, absolutely. And in this case, it was a little bit more than that. So yes, it was not a happy time. And it was because he had one late payment in December on a car.
Recent lates.
30-day late on a car. And it was just
on an automobile.
On a car payment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about credit cards. This is one thing or any debt, automatic withdrawals out of your checking or savings for minimum payment. So you're not going to be late.
Yeah, and you know what's interesting? 35% of the credit score is based off of your payment history, which means if you are late or not late, especially mortgages. If you're late on a mortgage, it's a killer. Credit cards, car payments, school loans, anything. If you're 30 days late, have a system set up, whatever that system is, so that you have it automated. Like you said, have it a minimum payment. But have something, because 130-day late can drop your score enough to make a difference. And if you're out looking for a home, and this happens in the last year, it's going to make a difference in your rate, and it's going to be affecting your monthly outflow.
Every credit card I have, even though I pay it monthly, I will have the minimum payment taken out just in case it doesn't make it. If something were to happen,
or on vacation or something.
Absolutely. You don't. So let's talk about balances. Your balance relative to how much you owe. You have a $10,000 credit card, but you owe $2,000, or a $10,000 credit card you owe $7,000 on. Does it matter?
Big difference, absolutely. So 30% of your credit score is based off of that utilization ratio. Okay, so what that means is...
Well, that's a big word.
Yeah.
Explain.
So what that means is that if you have a credit line of $1,000, so let's say you've got a credit card, $1,000, the credit bureaus don't like to see anything over 30%. So that means stay below $300. Ideally, it's zero. But if you have to carry a balance, to keep it under the 30% or the $300. As it goes up, $400, $500, $600, it raises flags to the credit bureaus that you possibly are in trouble, that you're possibly going to be maxing out, and your score starts to come down. So really try to maintain those credit cards below the 30% mark. Yeah,
some people will go, well, I have a card that's got a $3,000 limit. I'm going to transfer 2 or 3 cards. I'll owe $3,000. But then you're maxed out at that card. You don't realize it hurts you instead of helping you.
Right, yeah. That's 30% of your credit score is that. So it's a pretty big piece of your score.
Yeah, absolutely. What about type of credit?
The credit bureaus like a mix. They do not like the department stores. They don't. And
the reason why is because department stores typically use finance companies as their form versus banks and credit unions.
And they're typically higher interest rates. There's a lot of impulse buying. If you've got a Macy's, I shouldn't say a particular company.
Yeah, I like Macy's.
I love Macy's. I've got a Macy's card. But if you've got different cards and you go, oh, I've got my card on me, you're more apt to flip it out if you've got a sale. So
you know what I love about Macy's? Because they have a sale every weekend.
They always have sales.
So we just say something nice about
Yeah,
them, right?
it's a great store. Nothing against Macy's. I just blur that out.
But the credit cards from department stores typically are finance companies. And,
Yeah, yeah. And 10% of your score actually is based off of that mix.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
have a healthy mix. They like to see a mortgage. They like to see, a car. They like to see one or two credit cards. They don't want to see 10 credit cards.
Now, I'm
Yes,
a big fan of credit unions. I just am. So if you're at a local college, you're going to college, get a little account there.
Sure.
Get something with
Absolutely.
with a small credit card there. And again, I use my big ones for my miles. So Southwest, that's kind of what I fly a lot of. So that might be your brand, but diversify.
Right, right. And a lot of kids have a hard time getting cards at the onset. They are getting turned down. So if they can't go to the credit union or their bank and they get a simple credit card, there's a couple things you can do. One is you can become an authorized user on your parents' card, which will help you build credit. Be careful though, if you do something wrong by paid late or whatever, your parents' credit is affected.
Or your parents aren't paying on time.
That's right. Your credit, it's true.
Dad, will you help me out? Never mind.
Your credit sucks.
Yeah.
And the other thing you can do is get a prepaid card.
Yeah.
So a prepaid card is
Yeah.
you pay up front, you get a card.
Or
and
like
you
a
can use
secured
it.
card.
It's, secured card type of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
So that helps you kind of get into the door.
Yeah.
I always also tell kids, go ahead and get a gas card if you have to, because you're going to get gas anyways in your car.
Yeah.
Use it and pay it, use it and pay it.
Love that. Real quickly, we only have a few minutes. Don't apply for a lot of credit at one time
No.
from a lot of places.
Right. That
Yeah,
will actually drop
inquiries.
your score. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
And the other big thing that you hear a lot about, don't close old credit cards. If you think, I'm not using this, it's 20 years old, I'm not using it, I'm going to close it, don't. Because
Yeah.
your 15% of your score
Yeah.
is credit history.
And if you're going to do that, because you need to, take inventory of what you got before you do it and strategically do it.
Yeah. Be
Yeah.
careful that you don't lose all your
Yeah.
old history.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
call Patti because she'll tell you how to do
I will
that.
help you.
Money
Yes.
Rules 101.
And there's a chapter in the book about the whole thing about credit. It's far more expanded. So yes.
www.amazon.com.
It's on Amazon, yes.
PattyHandy.com.
Yes. PattyHandy.com as well.
Yeah, please feel free to find the book. Any other information you want to give?
You can the website's the best way to reach me. It's Patti with an I, Handy with a Y.
Excellent. Thanks
Yeah.
for coming in. Appreciate
Thanks,
it
Ray.
again. Money Rules 101, a Master Your Money Before It Masters You, a guide for parents and teens by Patti Handy. Hope you enjoyed this edition of the Santa Clarita Valley Chamber of Commerce Business Spotlight. I'm your host, Fred Arnold, on KHTS.